So moving on from that dirt bathing, let's get into the layer chicken and the nesting box. So again, this laying nesting box here, it has a few things. One thing is it's built at this angle. This is not a 45-degree angle. This is more like a 60-degree angle coming down. And what that enables you to do is that this door here opens up in this way. It's hinged here and hinged there, and you can open it up. And from this here, hanging down right from this hinge area, like this hinge right here, you hang a sheet. And that sheet is slitted with a bunch of slits. And what that enables you to do is to lift up this sheet so you can look inside. But when this is closed, that sheet hangs down right against this wood barrier right here, which is holding in all the material behind. And that creates a dark zone so the chickens can be in here. So that wood divider's right here. This part right here is a little area where the chickens can hop up. Then they hop over this wall. They go through the sheet into the back. And this back area, I fill either with sawdust or wood shavings or hemp hurd or some sort of fine material. They use rice hulls in Korea in the back here. And the chickens sit on top of this and make these little nests. And a bunch of chickens will sit in here and make a bunch of different nests, depending on how many birds you have. And the black curtain hanging down, it doesn't actually hang down from right there. It hangs down from right there, right there. So they're a little bit off in this drawing right here. It hangs down from right there. And the way this is designed, you can see it's 59 inches tall. There's about 2 feet from here. You can make that 60 inches, make this 2 feet here, and make that 12, a foot there, and then make this about 10 inches tall, 9.5, 10 inches tall, somewhere in there. And because these dimensions are being translated over from Korean or centimeters and stuff, so they just did this exact translation. But it's like, just make it 72 inches wide and stuff. Like just don't change the dimensions a whole bunch, but make them more sensible in terms of what It's not like I'm gonna go cut something 59 inches. I'm gonna cut it 60 inches, right? Or some whatever, work with your material to make it go. Make this 6 feet wide here. So this is the nesting box. This thing lifts up, opens. There's an aeration slit at the top because this thing the heat will rise and leave through the top. So you put a small gap, but then you put a cloth over that. So you see that small gap right there? There's a cloth coming over that. And then I also recommend on this one that I on mine I had to put a rolly bar up here. So the same like the chicken feeder here, where you put a bar and this bar can freely spin. It's just put in there loosely so it can spin. I also put a rolly bar at the very top because my chickens will try and roost up here and then they'll crap all over this thing. So I just put a rolly bar up there so that when they get up there, they have to stand on the rolly bar and the rolly bar spins and then they can't stand up there. But this is the nesting box. Here's a picture of it. And in my cloth that hangs down, I made a bunch of slits, and I actually put 2 sheets of black cloth in front of each other, and one I slit here, and the next I slit there, so they line up so that they can get through really easily, but then the other, they overlap with each other. It's like a curtain overlapping. Yeah, so anyway, you see that the black cloth anyway hanging down makes it dark in the back. The chicken nesting box, what's nice about it is that this design, when it's dark in the back, is it reduces the amount that these chickens squawk, and they don't have as much of an ego trip. They're peaceful in the back. They lay there. They all share the same nest. You'll go in there for just a pile of eggs, and they don't have the same ego trip to let each other know, like, I laid the eggs, I laid them. And Pedro, great point on this, man, is that in the back here, also throw in some lemongrass and cut it up, make it small little chips of lemongrass, but that will reduce the amount of mites. Because sometimes, I do every once in a while get mite problems. But if I throw in a bunch of lemongrass back here, the mites go away. So that's a great tip, great thing that I talk about here. But I think you learned that here, right? So came to the class here and learned a whole bunch of pro tips of stuff that I guess you get them during the office hour too. But yeah, and then also if you are interested in that,